Hey, just want to give a quick disclaimer real quick. So, this was originally not a series, it was a school project, and just like half an hour of me talking uninterrupted. So, certain comments I make throughout the series don't make sense without that context. So, yeah, now you know. Hope you enjoy. A running theme you likely notice throughout this podcast is that a lot of these entries are comics. This is likely because if you want to quickly cash in on an idea for a crossover, comics take much less time and resources to produce than movies, TV, or video games. The next crossover I want to discuss is not an exception, that comic being KFC Across the Universe, a crossover between KFC's Colonel Sanders and a DC Comics character Green Lantern. Now, Green Lantern is no stranger to crossovers, one of the covers to the KFC comic being a great example since that was a reference to the Green Lantern-Green Arrow series, a series that ran in the 70s crossing over the two titular characters that received a lot of acclaim and was highly influential in the, at the time, rapidly changing comic industry, despite the fact that the two titular characters had basically nothing in common except for they both wore green, I guess. So there is clear precedent for Green Lantern crossovers. However, this is very different. KFC Across the Universe is very clearly an extended print KFC commercial, while Green Lantern-Green Arrow was a sincere attempt to tell a unique story with two characters who weren't conventionally paired together. So the question is, does KFC Across the Universe justify its existence beyond trying to get people to buy chicken? The first issue is about a battle between Colonel Sanders and a dark, evil doppelganger of himself who offers what his restaurant refers to as easy fried chicken, which aggravates the Colonel as he thinks chicken should be made the high-quality, old-fashioned way. The Dark Colonel is also working with some of the Flash's villains, which attracts the attention of the Flash and also Green Lantern for some reason. I should add, they're not like causing crime or stuff with him, they're just working in his restaurant. They're not doing anything evil, they just run a bad restaurant, but I guess the Flash and Green Lantern have to stop this because they don't want them working minimum wage jobs. So, two Colonels fight, and the Flash villains see the light and join the good Colonel's side. And they all defeat the Dark Colonel and all go to KFC together and enjoy their high-quality chicken. It's an ad. It's basically just an ad. It really doesn't do much to warrant its own existence. The second issue follows the Dark Colonel returning and the Good Colonel going across the multiverse to establish a team of Colonels to fight the Dark Colonel. I said the word Colonel too many times in that sentence. It's insanely stupid and exactly what I wanted out of this concept. This one is far better than the previous, however it has one fatal flaw. The DC characters don't do anything, despite this being a crossover. Green Lantern, the Flash, none of them do anything. Like, they just show up a bit, and then the Colonel goes off to form his Colonel Corps. Yes, that is the name. So, I don't know how to judge this, because if this had just involved some of the crossover characters more, it would have been a great crossover. But, as is, it just feels like it was so close to being what I wanted. But it missed the one crucial aspect that you were supposed to do in a crossover. So, yeah, this isn't that good. Third time's a charm. So, the final issue begins with the Colonel seeing a reheated chicken sandwich being served at one of his restaurants. This obviously infuriates him since he never wants to do things the easy way. At first, he assumes it's the work of the Dark Colonel, but ultimately determines it isn't him. So, he and Green Lantern travel the universe to try and find who did this, ultimately finding the culprit, the Green Lantern villain, Larfleeze. This issue is even stupider than the previous two, and that's probably why it's so good. The others just I obviously explained their problems, but this one doesn't have either of those. It's just dumb fun, and I love it. Bravo to everyone involved. This is exactly what I wanted from the concept of Green Lantern x KFC. For listening, it is time for the credits. Crazy Crossovers was made by me, Graham Grady, and I want to give a special thank you to Mr. Hedgepeth and Lemony Wood. Mr. Hedgepeth is the teacher who was teaching the class I initially made this for, and he is in charge of Eagle Production Studios. In basically every way, he is the reason you are hearing this right now. So yeah, thank you to him, and thanks to Lemony Wood for doing a lot to help me with getting this out publicly and figure out where to go from here. So yeah, I appreciate them both a lot. So yeah, thanks to them and thanks to you for listening. I will see you later.